Sleep is a daily reminder that you are not God. Hey guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. I wanted to talk for a quick second on this idea that God doesn't sleep. Did you know that? God doesn't sleep. Check this out. Psalm chapter 121, verses 1 through 4. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. We skip over this so many times. Our help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. If you remember back in Genesis, the Lord spoke and creation came to be. God spoke and everything that we see and know today came into existence, all at a word from God. This is a power beyond our understanding, a power beyond comprehension. This is the God who helps us. That our help comes from the Lord God Almighty, the maker of heaven and earth, almighty, all-powerful, all-knowing, omnipresent, omnipotent, all of the above. We have become so familiar with the name of God that we've forgotten the nature of God. Think about this for a second. If you said you needed to borrow some money from a buddy, and that buddy happened to be Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, how many guys would know that you have some good help? You would. A powerful help, a help that comes with more sustenance than you can imagine. And as Christians, when we say our help comes from the Lord, I don't want you to take that for granted. I don't want you to miss what the psalmist is saying here. Your help comes from God, who made heaven and earth, who knows everything, who is everywhere, who knows everything about you and everything about your situation. And the name of God, keep in mind, the name of God is powerful. Why? Because of the nature of God. The God who we call upon is not a God who is powerless, who is not present, who is not all-knowing. The God we call on is all-powerful. And so our help comes from the Lord. If you look at verse 3, it says this, He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. The very foundation, the very feet that we stand on is held by God. And this is going to be the first of 3 times where it says God does not sleep. I kind of find it funny. It's a little humorous that it says it so many times, but he really wants to remind us of this truth. Verse 4, Behold, he who keeps Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. Triple mention 3 times in case you missed it. The psalmist is letting us know that God doesn't sleep and he doesn't slumber. He doesn't sleep, he doesn't sleep. Guys, all of creation is subject to rest and to sleep. And this is by necessity and by design. Regardless of your power, your wealth, your strength, you can't resist the urge to sleep and to rest. Even if you fight it, and if you've ever been there and you fought sleep or you've had to go without sleep for a long period of time, even if you're awake, you're not there, you're not present, you're not engaged, you're not focused, you're not able to be at your 100% capacity. And so for us to imagine a life where you never sleep and yet can function at full power is just unfathomable to us. And so regardless of resistance, right? I don't know if you're a control freak. Maybe some of you are control freaks out there. No matter how hard you fight it, at some point you have to sleep and you have to rest. And that's by design. And I know we don't think of sleep as a spiritual thing, and we don't think of sleep in terms of God and sleep and us and how does that matter and how does that relate. But that's why I love this psalm. Such a simple reminder and a thing that we do every day, and we forget the beauty of sleep and the beauty of the fact that God, who helps us, doesn't sleep ever. He doesn't rest on our watch. So guys, what I want us to do today as we read this psalm and reflect on this, I want you to elevate your view of God. I want you to have a bigger view of God, a bigger view of who God is, even in the simplest terms of rest. That God is far more powerful, far more capable than you can imagine, far more capable than we choose to even remember sometimes. And so here's the encouragement for today. The upkeep and maintenance of your world, your struggles, your family, your career, whatever it may be, the upkeep of those things is not reliant upon your ability to sustain and to strive. Sleep is a daily reminder that you are not God. And so if you ever needed a reminder, you're not God. And the proof is in the fact that you're going to fall asleep tonight, no matter how hard you fight it. And so what I would suggest to you is this: rest. Rest and know that God is in control, and that the God who has you doesn't sleep. While you sleep, the world still goes on. While you sleep, God is still at work. And so when you sleep and you feel like you're out of control of your situation, God is still in control. He never lets go of the reins. He never stops watching. He never stops caring. He never stops working. And so again, sleep is a daily reminder that you are not God. And that's okay. That's actually how it was designed to be. And so when we look up to where our help comes from, like the psalm says, we look up to the hills. Where does our help come from? It comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, the all-powerful God, the all-knowing God, the God who has created the universe with the breath of his words. He has power beyond your belief, power beyond your imagination, power beyond anything you can fathom. That is the God who cares for you, who watches over you. What a beautiful promise. You can rest. And another reminder, some of us are worried about the things going on in this world, about people that are in charge in governments and leaders and whatever the case may be. But guys, even the most powerful people in the world, even the people with the most quote unquote control and power and seniority in this world have to rest, have to bow their knees to the way that they were designed, which is to at some point stop functioning and to sleep and to recuperate and to recover. And so guys, true power comes from the one who's on our side, God, who never rests, never sleeps. So guys, I hope this was a beautiful reminder for you guys. Simple. Sleep and God, how do they relate? Well, God never sleeps. If you didn't know that, now you know. Love you guys.